to America West Arena, just moments away now from the tip-off of the second annual Schick rookie game. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the two teams, coached by Cotton Fitzsimmons and Al Adels. On the green, we have Brian Grant, Juwan Howard, Sharon Wright, Eddie Jones, and Jason Kidd. It's Big Dog Robinson, Glen Robinson playing at forward for the white team, along with Lamont Murray from the LA Clippers. Eric Montross starts at center. Wesley Person, the brother of Chuck, and Khalid Reeves will start at the point guard. Those are the green and white teams. The green team is coached by Al Adels, the white by Cotton Fitzsimmons. Now, here are the rules in the rookie game. Pretty simple, actually. You got to see a lot of basketball. 2 15-minute halves. Fouls will be kept on the players, but nobody fouls out, so we get to see these stars all the way for the 30 minutes of basketball. If they're tied at the end, the first team to 3 wins, which with these players won't take very long. Comparatively speaking, Doug, let me ask you this first before they tip it off. As we look back at last year, is this crop of rookies as good as the ones that you coached last year?
Well, I really like the matchups, Bob. We've got Jason Kidd and Eddie Jones, a terrific explosive backcourt. And you look over at Wesley Person and Khalid Reeves. I really like the depth of these 16 players. And you know what? As they go into this game, and I'm sure Hubie probably feels the same thing I do, is it'll be interesting to see if they want to make the simple play or if they try to get too spectacular. And that was the one thing I talked about the guys last year. Let's make the simple play, and let's play like we're going to play in a regular game. Let's try to win this ball game.
Ready for the tip now. Don Vaden, Gary Benson, and Tom Washington are our officials. Maybe a coming out party. Everybody was electrified last year with the play of Antonio Davis and Sam Cassell, along with the #1 picks like Anthony Hardaway and Chris Webber. The green team, coached by Al Adels with the ball. Jason Kidd out of University of California. Juwan Howard, center at Michigan, playing power forward for Washington now. And of all the Michigan Fab Five, maybe playing better than any early in his career. Down low, Brian Grant missing. Loose ball picked up by Khalid Reeves, a hometowner. He played his college basketball at Arizona. Wesley Person started for the Phoenix Suns for much of this season. Dishes off in the first basket of the ball game, made by a great outside shooter, Lamont Murray.
Well, you know, he's Cal's all-time leading scorer, and he did it in 3 years. This year, you know, he's getting the points up there, but he is shooting a poor percentage for the season.
And we have a tie game. Sharon Wright, 6'11", 270 pounds, plays power forward and center with the Philadelphia 76ers. He's out of Clemson.
I know Hubie likes to start this game because the big guys are getting the ball on the block.
Absolutely.
Speaking of blocks, Brian Grant, who's been a tremendous shot blocker and rebounder for Sacramento. And Hubie, you think he may have contributed as much to a team as any rookie this year?
Absolutely. He's 19th in the league in shot blocking, and when you realize that he only started the last 22 games, so his numbers are very impressive.
Wesley Person cuts underneath.
There's a very underrated player right there, Wesley Person. They thought that all he was a stand-up shooter in college. He has terrific athletic ability, long arms, he's lanky, he can defend, and we know he can shoot the three.
Speaking of the three, they are raining down in the NBA this year.
Well, Eddie Jones has the complete game.
Eddie Jones, the guard out of Temple, who plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. Jason Kidd up ahead.
I think this guy's the real surprise guy, Eddie Jones. He has really played terrific basketball for the Lakers.
Sharon Wright will rattle it home. He has 4 points.
What I like about him is he's a wide body, he's got good size, long arms, and he has a lot of confidence down on the box.
And he also looks like Hubie's in pretty good shape. I think at Clemson he battled being in shape all the time. His body looks the best I've seen it look.
But you know, when you think about him at Clemson, he's the only player in the ACC over 3 years to average double-doubles every single game.
I think if you want to know what's really happening in the world of fashion, take a look at these 10 players, all with very short haircuts. I'm going to have to mention that to you fellas as we go along trying to keep it fashion here. From the outside, Eddie Jones misses. Knocked out of bounds by the white team. It'll be played by green. Once again, the white team is coached by Cotton Fitzsimmons, 2-time NBA Coach of the Year, and Al Adels, who won an NBA championship. There's Cotton. And Al Adels, who won an NBA championship coaching the 1975 Golden State Warriors, is coaching the green team. Wesley Person has Reeves in the corner. Person will take the three. Jason Kidd.
Terrific rebounder for a point guard.
Lob mishandled. Glen Robinson gets it off to Khalid Reeves. He distributes the ball down low. Blocked again. And the foul is called this time. Brian Grant is a denial player, no question about it.
You know, I think he really surprised a lot of people when he was in the pre-draft situation, when he was starting to meet a lot of teams, about how long his arms were, his wingspan, and his explosive ability. I don't think a lot of people realize how explosive a player he is.
Well, the big thing is he was player of the year in his conference for 2 years at Xavier. Also, main fact is that he carries 250 pounds.
And he's very lean. When you look at him, he's well put together. There's no question about that.
Lamont Murray at the free throw line gets them both. He was the 7th pick of the LA Clippers this year. He's scoring nearly 14 points a game, speaking of Lamont Murray, for the Clippers this year. We have 12:10 to go in the first half. 2 halves of 15 minutes each in this Schick rookie game, the 2nd annual. Sharon Wright. This is his first shot. Grant keeps it alive. Juwan Howard scores from the right box.
Well, Juwan Howard, once he got into training camp, he started the last 24 games. He's putting up very impressive numbers. When you say 15 a game and a high shooting percentage, he's there.
Glen Robinson, speaking of a scorer, that was a 3 and his first basket of the night.
And Glen Robinson is really starting to get into his game also. We had him the other night on TNT against Dallas. He was terrific.
Averaging 20 points.
Turned it over, and almost 4 turnovers there. And Hubie talked to him yesterday about the improvement in his game. And he's leading the league in turnovers. That's an area he's got to be a little bit more careful with the basketball.
You know what's nice, Doug? He volunteered that. He brought it up that's the main part of his game that he has to work on. So you know that he's biting his tongue. He realizes he's scoring. I like what Mike Dunleavy said. He can get a shot anytime against anybody. That's a pretty good statement.
Yeah. Wesley Person penetrates and gets it to roll home, and Wesley has 4 points. Reeves with the steal. Jason Kidd out of California. Jason injured for a short while, but he's averaging 9.5 points a game, 7 assists.
But you just saw Jason at his best. He's one of the tops in steals in the league in the top 10, but he's also a big turnover guy with over 3 a game at the other end of the floor.
Trying to make the spectacular play instead of the simple play, and there's a terrific post up by Brian Grant once again, the long arm, and used the backboard nicely.
Once again, a great opportunity for America to see a lot of these rookies, many of them playing on teams that are not playoff contenders at this time and haven't been on television very much. You get a chance to see them. Eric Montross out of North Carolina, for instance, playing for the Boston Celtics, who are in a rebuilding situation.
Well, they really like his talent. Plus, he shoots over 50%.
Brian Grant misses the dunk, but he's fouled and will go to the line. Let's go now to Craig Sager with Jerry Colangelo.
Well, thank you very much. A lot of talk going around here at All-Star Weekend involving Scottie Pippen, a possible trade to the Phoenix Suns. Jerry Colangelo, the president, chief executive officer. How much truth is there to this?
Well, I think Scottie's the one who's been doing a lot of talking about his interest in coming to Phoenix, and Chicago has said they would make a deal, and they might not, but certainly we're not beginning or starting any rumors at all.
Is Jerry Krause asking for too much from the Phoenix Suns?
Well, we had conversation early on that if, in fact, they got to the point where they were going to trade him, we'd like to be in the running. But I don't think they've made that decision yet. And if they did, you could build a case for saying they shouldn't do it until the end of the year. They want high draft picks. We don't have high draft picks, and it might be very complicated. But he's one of the outstanding players in the league, as we all know.
Would you do whatever you could to get him, even go to a 3-team trade?
Well, I think that's the only way we could be involved. Just because we do not have what they want, it would take a third team.
Okay, well, good luck. I know you saw him earlier this weekend. You'll probably be talking to him some more.
Well, we'll wait and see, Craig.
Okay, Bob.
Well, you know, one thing, that was everything but a denial. So maybe there's a little bit of fire to the smoke we're seeing here in Phoenix.
Yeah, but we know it's not as easy as the old days. Today, you have to fit everyone into the cap, and you can only do a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-2, and you know, there's so many things that have to go into the formula.
That lob from Jason Kidd is thrown down by Sharon Wright. And by the way, Jalen Rose, wearing the number 2, is into the ball game for the green team. As Big Dog Robinson is fouled on his way to the basket.
See, with the substitutions right now, you've got a bad matchup right now. Brian Grant's going to come out of the game. You've got Glen Robinson really as a small forward being played by a power forward. You saw in the fast break that time that they just could not get back and cover him.
And the man who came into the game is number 21, Anthony Tucker. Anthony Tucker is a very interesting story. Played in South America last year, played his college basketball at Wake Forest, and was not drafted, playing for Washington.
Well, he filled in early at Washington and started 8 games for him. Did a very solid job.
Juwan Howard plays with a lot of maturity for a young man. Misses that jump hook, rebound, Montross.
But he has a nice game with his back to the basket, and he has many moves, Bob.
There's a turnover again by Glen Robinson. We've seen where he's just tried to make a spectacular play, got the ball caught on his hip.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, Glen Robinson looks to be in better physical condition as he played about halfway through the season as when he came in.
Yeah, but that stands to reason. I mean, now that he's playing, you know, like I asked him yesterday, you know, how does he feel about everything? He says, I feel very confident, but I'm getting my legs slowly but surely, and I'm making a fairly strong run. But he says, I think I'm going to be able to make a heavy contribution in the second half of the season.
To the big man right over Montross. Montross may have gotten a piece of it. Rebound goes to Glen Robinson. Almost another turnover. Khalid Reeves punched away by Jason Kidd. He's acted down to Montross. Big man rolls it inside.
See, this is why they like Montross. Montross shoots 53% from the floor. He's outstanding with his back to the basket. You notice he can shoot the ball with either hand.
You can't get around him, Hubie, once he posts. He locks you right on his hip, and you can't move him.
Jalen Rose, a 3 from about 23 feet. Jalen Rose with his first bucket of the night. Eddie Jones has a 3, and so does Jalen for the white team.
It's a guy right here, Danielle Marshall, got up to a very good start for Minnesota, and over the last 2-3 weeks, his numbers are down, his minutes are down, and when you look at his game started, only 8 started games now for Minnesota. That's sort of surprising with him being such a poor team.
Quick guess on who the leading scorer is. He's the man with the ball, Glen Robinson. He has 8 already. Passes ahead to Khalid Reeves.
Well, right now you're not seeing any type of a transition defense, and they're not really challenging people. But the nice thing to see is that when Robinson takes it off the glass, he can fill the middle of the floor and make something happen.
Comes up with a loose ball again.
There's another turnover on the alley-oop attempt.
Robinson is fouled on the pass.
Excuse me, Bob. The one thing about Jason Kidd is I think he really is going to have to make a conscious effort as he continues to improve in this league about just making the play that's there. Not so many alley-oops, not so many behind the back. He is such a terrific player, and his shooting percentage is way down. And you know what I think has happened, Hubie? He's thinking pass so much that he's not even looking for his shot at all. He is not a 20% three-point shooter. He's a better shooter than that, but that's what his numbers say right now on this season.
Got some substitutions coming in. Michael Smith comes in for the green team. And you just saw Clifford Rozier, who's playing for Golden State. He's out of Louisville, come in for the white team. Michael Smith from Sacramento. He's the 35th pick of the Kings. Plays about 21 minutes a game from Providence. There's big Clifford Rozier putting it back down. You also see that Danielle Marshall, the 4th pick in the draft from Minnesota, is in the game.
Nice. See, now that's what we told you about Juwan Howard. He has many moves. You just cannot anticipate which way he's going to go. The last 2 possessions, once he went to the lane, this time baseline.
Cotton Fitzsimmons' white rookie team up on Al Allen's group, 24-17. Now coming up at halftime, this young man, we're looking at a live shot right now at the practice facility right here at America West Arena of Mike Hoban, the 16-year-old sophomore from Strongsville, Ohio. You're looking into the den of his junior varsity coach's house in Strongsville, Ohio. Jeff Eicher and our Nicole Watson, you see right in the middle there in the red dress, will be bringing us some live action. They'll be cheering on Mike Hoban. Remember, it's one teenager, one shot, $1 million at halftime.
Wow. How many agents right there? Prospective agents.
I wonder if they'll be that excited if he, I dare even say miss. There's Mike Hoban. Yesterday when he was over here rehearsing out here on the actual basketball floor, his lips were pursed so tight there was no blood running through his lips. But the young man comes out. Look at him. You see, he looks pretty loose there. He came out. He goes through this. Wait till you see this at halftime. He goes through a Zen-like preparation. You remember the movie Caddyshack, Be the Ball? Well, he becomes the net. It's something to see at halftime. Jalen Rose looking for his Michigan teammate, couldn't find him. Clifford Rozier. Scoop shot will fall.
Rozier's game is foul line down. Very powerful player. He was getting regular minutes as a starter for Golden State for at least 2 months.
There's your man, Hubie, on the block again. All those moves, a little spin. He's got it all.
I think he's performed better than any of the Fab Five who've come out so far, including even Weber.
You know what? He's a very stable, solid player. You know, he doesn't have a lot of glitz or glamour in his game. You know, he reminds me in the low block a little bit of a Kevin McHale. He's got all the footwork down there.
Speaking of from out of nowhere, that player who missed the layup was Trevor Ruffin, who was undrafted and played at Hawaii, and what a story he is with Phoenix.
Now, Eddie Jones, he finishes. You know, there are a lot of guys who get out on the break in the NBA and can't finish. This guy finishes whether there is traffic or not. He's up over there. He's some kind of an athlete.
And there's the steal from Eddie Jones. If you get a player like Eddie Jones who comes out of Temple, you know one thing, he will play defense.
Well, he's in the top 10. He's 9th in the league in steals with almost 2 a game. Now, in their trapping, that Del Harris he's performing one of the best coaching jobs in the league this year. With Van Exel and he and Sabalas before the injury, they were very, very quick. And then they had good shot blocking to back up with Campbell and Divac.
With a foul, white team leading by 3. The leading vote getter for all the All-Stars to play tomorrow was also a rookie who's ineligible for this game, Grant Hill. He's with Greg Sager.
How does it feel being the star rookie, but you can't play? Just sit here and watch these guys.
It feels kind of weird. I wish I were out there with those guys, played with them in college, or against them in college, and against them in high school. And but I'm here to support them, and hopefully they'll come support me tomorrow.
We taught you at the draft the pressure you're going to face trying to move in as a rookie. Obviously, you've handled it well. How do you feel about millions of people out there making you the #1 vote getter?
I don't know what to say. It feels it's very weird. It's overwhelming, and you know, it's just like a dream come true. And hopefully, I'll keep sleeping and I'll keep dreaming, and I'll never wake up.
Some people said rookies don't have a lot of respect for the veterans. I don't think that's your case, is it?
Not at all. Today at practice, I had to hold myself from going up and asking all the guys for the autographs. You know, I'm here as an all-star, but also here as a fan.
Okay, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Greg. The white team here now with a lead 28-25 over the green team. That was Eddie Jones, who has 9. And while we were away, Big Dog Robinson hit 2 free throws. Jones with another steal. The pass to Juwan Howard.
How about my man Hubie, though, right on target with Eddie Jones maybe being a guy that will take his team in the playoffs to another level, but he is playing a terrific game tonight. He's got 3 steals, leading the break, making the passes. Here's another knockaway also.
Little Trevor Ruffin had it stripped off the hands of Smith. It is run down by the white team. Good lead pass, intercepted by Jalen Rose.
Where he has to be very careful, not let the game get too sloppy.
That's right. Juwan Howard, who is loading up some points here, just get it his 8th.
You know, because up until this last minute, they've been really running things and, you know, trying to help one another up and giving up the ball.
Wesley Person, that's a 3. And that returns the lead to the white team, 31-29. The green had their first lead there for a brief few seconds with just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. 15-minute halves in this Schick rookie game. Anthony Tucker. Rebound, Jalen Rose.
Well, many people felt that Wesley Person was the purest shooter in the draft coming out, and I think he's backed it up here in Phoenix. He started 31 games for them, and he's shooting 49 from the floor, and how about 42 in threes? I mean, that's very impressive.
You know, Hubie, a lot of people thought he was going to go as high as 14 to the New Jersey Nets, and he slipped all the way down to the Phoenix Suns. A lot of people would like to have that pick back and take Wesley Person. There's another turnover, and Eddie Jones again with another steal. That's 4 steals.
Michael Smith with the 2-handed jam. We're tied at 31, 4:23 to go in the first half.
What a job Sacramento did in the draft. When you think they take Brian Grant out of Xavier and then Smith out of Providence.
Who's going to stop Big Dog Robinson? 13 points. He scores inside, outside, and as you said earlier, Hubie, from anywhere he chooses.
The problem you have, he's being guarded by Michael Smith, who's a big power forward, and you see he's out on the break once again. It's a very difficult matchup because Glen Robinson has excellent speed in the open floor.
15 points.
You know, Doug, when you look at him, you just don't think the quickness is there. But as you're watching him, he's very quick.
He's efficient. You know, I saw Jimmy Jackson the other night, and that's the one thing that jumped out to me, Hubie, is that he gets where he wants to go without expending that much energy.
You know, speaking of Jimmy Jackson, you know, very discouraging that he is not in this game. Meaning, Lamara's game.
Well, you know what happens when a couple guys maybe get voted on that shouldn't be voted on, then when they select and they bring in, they need to select 2 point guards now, and Jimmy Jackson gets the edge out. But I think we're going to see him in a lot of all-star games before his career is over.
I agree with you.
There's the power of Michael Smith. He's 6'8", 230 pounds. Michael goes to the free throw line. He's playing about 21 minutes a game for Sacramento.
Well, what you like about him, when he was in the Big East, he led that Big East in rebounding 3 straight years, and is #1 in total rebounds, 11 a game in the history of the Big East.
That's Donyell Marshall, speaking of Big East, out of Connecticut. 4th draft pick with the Jam. Lead pass to Donyell. Look at the long arms of this youngster. Couldn't control it out of bounds.
Every guy who's a coach of one of these players is sitting in his living room saying, will you stop throwing those lobs?
Right.
All right? Stay on the floor.
For every one that goes through, you get about 3 turnovers. That one really looks good. The other 3 is what gets that coach fired.
You know, you're really seeing why Sacramento's improved this year. All you have to do is watch Michael Smith and Brian Grant.
Well, they have a presence around the board now. I mean, this is a strong rebounding team. I mean, I've seen them play twice against Chicago this year. Chicago gets 68 one night and 79 at home, so they're playing defense. Their field goal percentage defense is down, and they're playing Mitch Richmond's playing well. You've got Walt Williams healthy once again. Scott Webb has been terrific. Gary St. Jean has done a very, very good job with this team.
Khalid Reeves fouled. Goes to the line for the free throws. Eddie Jones got him. Let's join Craig Sager now with a guy who's funnier than Craig.
I tell you, Bob, last time I talked to Billy Crystal, I think the Clippers were on their way to the playoffs. It seems like a long time ago.
That was 1927. No, we'll be back. I don't know when, but we'll be back. With a lot of good young players. Lamont Murray out here today is great. So, you know, franchises have ups and downs, and we'll come back.
Tell us about Lamont Murray.
He's a very exciting player. He's very strong. He shoots great, and, you know, he's exciting to watch.
You got a movie coming up. I believe basketball plays a part in it. How big a role?
Well, I play an NBA rep named Mickey Gordon. It comes out May 19th, and a lot of the Phoenix Suns, a lot of the NBA stars are in it, about 20 NBA stars, and it's about a marriage, and it's tough for it to continue because I'm on the road all the time. Deborah Winger, myself, and Barkley and Marley, KJ, Westfall. It's great. It's really good. Very, very funny movie.
It's a big weekend coming up. Obviously, the $1 million shot. Chroma key blue. Mike Hoban with $1 million shot. Are you excited about this kid? Do you think he has a shot at it?
When is that going to be?
It's coming up shortly at halftime.
At halftime? He definitely has a shot. And then if he makes it, I'm going to make it. I'm going to try it.
You'd like to do it?
And want the money.
Okay, good luck. Enjoy the game.
Thanks for disturbing me. How do you folks feel about this that he's here? Are you happy about it? They're very upset. They're very upset that he's here. We're just sitting nice and quiet. Then he comes with his electric blue jacket. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
You're from here. So you flew in just for the game. Are you excited about Craig being in the stands with you?
Yeah, I like this jacket.
She likes the jacket.
All right.
Oh, we'll see you later. More, but back to the game.
Craig Sager. Craig has broken the #1 rule in interviewing. Never give up the mic. You're looking in now to the green team's huddle. That's Al Adels. Let's listen in.
Okay, we're going to run across. This is going to be Jason. Jalen's going to have the ball. You're going to dribble across. We're going to bring this weak side up high. Start up. Go back door. Either high lob or just a bounce pass. It's going to be Eddie. It's going to be Eddie. Okay, you're going to be up here. You're playing the post now. You're playing post. So it's going to be Brian. It's going to be Eddie. It's going to be Jalen. It's going to be Jason. And it's going to be Tuck. Tuck, you're going to go up the lane, okay? All right.
All right, Doug and Hubie, did those players hear one thing Al said?
Eddie Jones did. The play's for him. Always, if it's run for you, you listen.
You hear they're going to try to get the ball to Eddie Jones down low, maybe a bounce pass, maybe a lob. Jason Kidd would be trying to do that probably. White team leading by 5, 2:22 to go in the half. Eddie Jones, by the way, 9 points, 4 assists, and 5 steals in this game so far.
Lamont Murray. We should have been in Cotton's huddle. He gets a layup.
We didn't know that.
Come on, Cotton. Let us know what's going on here.
All right, let's see if Al Adels' instructions are followed. Jalen Rose handling the ball was talking to somebody at the time. Let's see if he knows what to do. Yeah, he gives it to Jason Kidd. There's the lob.
There it is.
Oh!
2 minutes. That was a bad pass. Eddie Jones almost recovered it with the one hand. Now that should challenge.
Yeah, that was way short.
The rule is the ball must have a chance to go in the basket. That ball was 3 feet short.
It was called goaltending, but shouldn't have, as you just said. There's the Reverend Jesse Jackson in attendance here. A lot of celebrities and national political figures in Phoenix this weekend at the All-Star festivities. It's a 9-point lead for the white team with 1:41 to go in the first half.
What was the score of our game last year? I think that my team played some defense. This is going to be a 100-point game. I mean, I got to talk to these coaches.
That's not how we saw it, right, Hubie?
Our team got after it last year.
You were only worried about saving the legs of Isaiah Ryder for the slam dunk competition. We remember this. Danielle Marshall's long arms reach in for the steal. 3-on-1.
Nice. Get it back.
Khalid Reeves with the lead.
Jimmy, what do you think about him as a point guard? Is he making the transition? He really is more of a scorer. Is he making the transition into running his team?
Well, you know, the old story, you have to get the minutes, and then they have to have the confidence. Bimbo Coles is the starter there and doing a real good job. When he plays a lot, he plays with Coles as the off guard.
Reeves, with 6 points, has 5 steals.
Yeah, well, you know, it's very difficult to be a 2-guard all through college, and all of a sudden they tell you you're going to step into the NBA. You come from a passing game type of mentality, and you're going to run set plays and hit guys with timing and run a professional team. It's extremely difficult to do.
And, you know, that's the one knock on the Miami team in the past. They really have not had that pure point guard that would lead that the talent that they do have down there.
Turnover, the ball goes to the green team, and Cotton Fitzsimmons' white group up by 9, 46 over the green, 37. There's Mike Hoban at halftime, which for him will seem like just seconds away. It's under a minute. He will take one shot to try to win $1 million. Reeves comes away with it. Look at that pass to Ruffin.
Oh, boy.
And the foul on Ruffin. Jason Kidd got him. Trevin Ruffin, just a little fella, out of the University of Hawaii. And what a story he is. He's playing on the Phoenix Suns, the best record in basketball.
Now, keep an eye on Kidd now. See that? Jason Kidd does not shoot a high percentage, but he gets 6 rebounds a game as a point guard. Plus, he's 10th in the league in steals, and then he's, you know, I mean, 6th in the league in steals, and he's 10th in the league in assists. So he does an awful lot of intangible things. And what I was impressed with the night that I saw him is in transition defense, he really causes chaos. You can have a 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and he might stop you or get you to take a bad shot or even force a turnover.
Jason Kidd with the penetration. Eddie Jones with the ball. 30 seconds to go in the half. White team up by 9. Jalen Rose will take the 3.
She get the last shot here.
Lamont Murray.
I forgot it's an all-star game, right? There'll be 3 more shots by this.
Danielle Marshall misses the jam. There'll be some comments made about that. 16 seconds remaining in the first half. Coming up at halftime, the Foot Locker $1 million shot.
It's always difficult in all-star games for guys not to overpass, try to thread a needle, so there's always a ton of turnovers.
Jason Kidd.
Make that the first shot attempt of the game.
Been 11 turnovers for each team. Not unexpected in a rookie all-star game. Cotton Fitzsimmons bunches out in front, 46-39 over Al Addle's green team. They'll go into the locker room and regroup for the second half. We're going to take a brief timeout and then back for the Foot Locker $1 million shot. Don't leave your television. Mike Hoban will be shooting it. His coach, Dan Marley, on his left. Cotton Fitzsimmons' white team of rookies is ahead of Al Addle's green team, 46-39 in the second annual Schick rookie game. And of course, at halftime, Mike Hoban missed the $1 million shot. His mom, Dan Marley, consoling the young man right now. You know it. It had to just break his heart. But he's a classy young man. Has been all weekend long. And this is one of those be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. The pressure that's been on him has been intense. And he'll relive this over and over and over. When he goes back home, I'm sure all his pals on the basketball team will have a few things to say about you should have bent your knees, should have followed through more, one more dribble and you'd have hit the shot. But let's face it, how many are going to hit a shot like that? Mike Hoban disappointed on the $1 million shot. It got everybody's attention, I will say that. Now, the Schick rookie game's at halftime. Cotton Fitzsimmons' team is up by 7 points right here. First of all, gentlemen, what would you have told Mike to do there on the three-point shot?
First of all, let's just talk about the pressure. In this league, in the NBA, we have seen playoff games. Guys at the top of the circle who are getting paid multi-millions of dollars throw air balls in the same type of a situation, and that's their profession. This young man is an inside player at the JV level of high school basketball, and you're asking him to accept all of this pressure and then do nothing but make it without a warm-up, you know, in this type of an environment.
You know, my only suggestion to him would have been, I would have sat out here and I would have watched the first half of the game rather than to have it come out here and overwhelm you all at once. I don't know if part of the deal was that he had to stay back there, but I think to come out here in this environment, I mean, the young man's hands were shaking, and we were kidding today. I said he'll either shoot an air ball or he'll bank it in, because you're either going to use the adrenaline and fire one up there, or you're going to pull the string. And you know, that's what pressure will do to you. Your mouth gets dry and your arms and hands just don't work right.
Well, we're about ready for the second half of the Schick rookie game. In the first half, Cotton Fitzsimmons' team is up by 7 points. And Glen Robinson is showing everybody that he can't be stopped as a scorer. But first, let's look at the scoring leaders for the Greens team. Jones, Howard, Wright, and Smith with 9, 8, and 6. And Big Dog has 15, Wesley Person 7, and Khalid Reeves and Lamont Murray have 6 each. This is just the first
you're on the
platter here tonight. And let's listen in to Cotton Fitzsimmons as he gets ready to send his team on the floor.
Play defensive tip, all right? Who's going to jump it?
You know, Bob, you heard Cotton Fitzsimmons there. One of these said, he said, we're playing with an old ball in the second half. So I think they've complained that with the new ball, maybe it was slick and they had a lot of turnovers, both teams with 11 turnovers. So we're playing with an older ball here now. Maybe they'll take better care of the ball. But I think a lot of those alley-oops, it wouldn't have mattered whether it was a brand new ball or a ball that had no tread on it.
It's always something.
Yeah, wait a second. One team shooting 67%, the other 51.
Well, you know, Jason Kidd sitting there, and I got 5 turnovers and only 3 assists. It's got to be the ball, Coach. Let's get another ball there.
Me. Brian Grant, Eric Montross jumping in at center.
You know, Bob, it'll be interesting now. What'll happen is you'll see the competitive instincts of these players start to rise a little bit. As the game starts getting into the last 6-7 minutes, they'll both play to win, and coaches will try to get their best 5 players on the floor to try to win this game.
Juwan Howard scoring again. He has 10.
Well, he's 5 for 8 in the game, Bob. And once he ate that first one, you know, he's in a nice groove right now, looking for the shot.
Down to Eric Montross, trying to back in on big Sharon Wright. The ball is slippery.
Bob, we were not going to expose you until you brought it up that it went right through your hands.
Right through my hands. I never have gotten a foul ball at a baseball park either. Khalid Reeves to Big Dog Robinson.
Khalid Reeves had a nice first half, 6 assists.
10 on the shot clock. First time the shot clock's been a factor. And the brick thrown up there. Rebound by Lamont Murray. Khalid Reeves missed badly. Murray puts it back in. It's 48-41 White. The entry pass picked off by Eric Montross out to Wesley Person. Faces a double team. Ball's out of bounds at the White team. Tell you again who these players are in case you're dialing in late. Wesley Person, the rookie from Auburn, plays for the Phoenix Suns. Glen Robinson, #1 draft choice, just shooting ball, playing for Milwaukee. Here's Jason Kidd, the point guard at Dallas, South California. Nice dish inside. The reverse doesn't go from Brian Grant.
That was a beautiful block by Lamont Murray. Oh, nice pass.
Reeves gets it to Wesley Person. For 2, he stepped on the line.
Wesley said, that's my spot.
What if young Mike Hoban had hit the 3 but stepped on the line? My goodness.
I would not even want to think about what we'd had to do here if it had to shoot it over.
Here's Juwan Howard trying to spin inside around Glen Robinson. They played against each other in the Big Ten, Purdue and Michigan.
That was a very nice move. He catches him with his right arm. Keep an eye on this now. As he makes his move right here, he catches the dog. You see, and it's just springboarded him up. Now, that should have been a continuation in the NBA. 3-point chance.
Juwan Howard. He stands 6'9", 250 pounds, averaging nearly 15 points a game.
I have an interesting stat in this game. You know, we're talking about the young man missing the shot. We have 16 high-priced individuals out on this floor right now. We have one guy shooting 40% from the line, 3 at 50, 8 at 60. 12 of the 16 players are not shooting 70% on the foul line.
Incredible.
Yes, it is.
Person is fouled by Eddie Jones on the drive.
You know,
why?
I don't think players work on free throws anymore. I think that they work on the other phase of their game. But free throws becomes concentration and repetition, Bob, and you have to work on it every single day. You have to get yourself into a groove. So when you go to the line, it's the only constant in the game every day. You're 15 feet away. The basket is 10 feet high, whether you're on the road or at home. And that wins or loses playoff games. You know, when you talk about possessions coming down, fouls going up, field goals coming down in playoffs, that free throw line a lot of times will decide whether or not you're going to advance to the next round or not.
Well, everyone thinks it's so easy to break into this league. 3 guys out of 16 are shooting over 50%, and only 4 guys are shooting over 70. That gives you a little idea how difficult this league is.
Eddie Jones for 3. Rebound goes to the white team. Quick outlet pass. Lamont Murray. Murray's a strong player. He's a perimeter player. He's a great outside shot, but he's...
there he is again. Eddie Jones. That's only his 6th steal.
Jason Kidd with a sloppy lob attempt off the glass. It belongs to the white team. We have 12:28 to go in the second half. The Schick rookie game, 52-43 White.
By the way, Jerry West just fell off his couch on that last pass because he just saw Eddie Jones get body blocked going up for a one-handed dunk on a lob. Okay.
Speaking of Jerry West, he should be feeling very proud of what they've been able to do in Los Angeles, rebuilding after the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, James Worthy years.
2 great additions. Ceballos, who should be in this game, but I mean in the All-Star game on Sunday, but that's with the operation on his hand, and then Eddie Jones. 2 big guys that step right in that starting lineup.
You know, one of the other things we talk about, it's a very fundamental play of the game, and I bet you we've seen 6 or 7 turnovers tonight on guard entry passes into the post, where the post player doesn't protect the passer, and the passer doesn't throw the ball away from the defense. And if we just watch this game, it's a lost art throwing the ball into the post. And I'm not talking about just the rookies. You watch the regular games or the All-Star game on Sunday, you're going to see the same thing.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Eric Montross, quick move inside.
See, you notice how Doug made a great point. He's so strong in the upper body that once he catches you on the shoulder, he pins you. You do not even get a chance to block the shot.
It'll belong to the white team. And we've been talking about the rumors abuzz in Phoenix. Scottie Pippen is with Craig Sager right now.
Well, Bob, we heard Jerry Colangelo of the Suns add a little fuel to those rumors earlier by saying, yes, he would like to have Scottie Pippen. Be pretty easy to just stay in this town, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. I've been on the road for 2 weeks, so I got plenty of clothes with me.
What about the trade talks? I know you're close to the situation. You said you want out. Do you think you'll be traded by February 23rd, the deadline?
Well, I hope I am. You know, I think the way things are looking now, with the trading deadline closing in, there's a lot of talk going on from different teams. So, you know, I'm hearing a lot of rumor and different speculation. So, you know, I'm just hoping that the right opportunity arises for the Bulls and for me.
Everybody agrees you're underpaid. If your contract was changed, could you be happy in Chicago?
I would have to say no at this point. You know, I think it's at the point now is where I want to go and play somewhere else. I think the franchise and the team has changed since I've been there, and I think it's a time for a change for me.
How you've been able to put these distractions and disappointments aside and have an MVP year?
Well, it's just a lot of love for the game. I like playing the game, and then when I go out, I try to play my best, and that's just pretty much the bottom line of the story. Is you know, basketball has been an escape for me to really get away from all the problems and the frustration and everything that's kind of been built around this season so far.
The better you play, the more Chicago wants. Do you think Jerry Krause is asking for too much for Scottie Pippen?
Well, I know Jerry, so he's definitely asking for a lot. So maybe I'm about to tone my game down for the next few games.
Your differences with him are to the point where you can still talk to him, or are you just not communicating at all?
Oh, we're not communicating at all. You know, it's really shouldn't be a relationship between the general manager and the player. My relationship is pretty much with Phil. I feel like that he's the one that I'm working for. He's the one that's coaching me. So, you know, I can deal with Phil.
Well, you represent the Bulls in the All-Star game tomorrow. Who knows in the playoffs? Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, Bob.
Scottie Pippen. Doug, you were coaching him when he was just a youngster. Paul Westphal could be coaching him here. You got any thoughts on this?
Yes, I would love to have Scottie Pippen to coach. He is a dynamic, terrific player. He's unselfish. He played both ends of the floor. And I still think he is, if not the best player in the game, he is by far one of the top 3.
Amen to that.
Jerome Wright on the post, out to Juwan Howard. Back inside, nice pass and the foul.
Point that Doug made about him, and you back it up by the fact that night in and night out, he does not leave his game in the locker room. No matter what his problems are, he comes out and he gives you the all-star performance.
Lamont Murray hits a 3 from the corner, and Lamont now has 11 points. By the way, the recognizable face you saw in the crowd there, a friend of ours at TNT from our NFL coverage, Warren Moon in the crowd here. Juwan Howard missing. Rebound Brian Grant. Missed the dunk, but he is fouled. Cotton Fitzsimmons was one of the ref baiters of all time. He's still at it.
Cotton thinks that this W will go on his record.
Glen.
Cotton man only knows one way. Ball out.
He's calling over his point guard. Let's see what he says.
On down the court. West. On down the other end. You be ready to go to the ball. Right from the top. Be ready to go to the ball either way.
For forward, Shalom Wright.
Screen off. You got the ball out.
They got a set play here coming off this free throw. Let's see if they free a jump shooter. Maybe Lamont Murray over in the corner.
He's kind of fading. Here's
isolation for Glenn Robinson, really is what it was on the wing.
He misses the finger roll.
There's another turnover. The green team, if they lose this game, it's going to be because of the turnovers. There's Eddie Jones again with trying a spectacular play.
Intercepted by Jalen Rose. The no-look lob, and he should have looked.
See, that's the one thing that I think the guys really got tired of me saying last year is let's can all those alley-oops and let's just make the play that you're going to make in a normal game. They're not going to make those plays on their normal teams.
The green team right now, 17 turnovers.
4-on-1. Brian Grant gets that one to go down. 59-47. Cotton Fitzsimmons' team up in front of Al Addle's group. 10 minutes to go here in the second half. Moments ago, you saw Dikembe Mutombo, a late addition to the Western All-Stars for tomorrow's game. He's in the crowd here tonight. Almost all the All-Star players are here in America West Arena. They're particularly here for that three-point and for the slam dunk competition. Coming up after this game, as a matter of fact, we'll have the AT&T long distance shootout. Great field of three-point shooters. Eddie Jones.
Eddie's gone cold here in the second half. He's missed about 3 threes and a couple opportunities for spectacular alley-oops where he just had to keep the ball alive.
Jones 4 of 12 shooting from the floor.
First half he was 4 of 8, so he's 0 for 4 here in the second half.
Jalen Rose just beat everybody on that spin dribble and gets the easy lay-in. 10-point White lead.
I'd like to see the Green dig in right now defensively and try to get some stops and get themselves back in this game. They're 5 possessions back right now.
Eric Montross goes to Khalid Reeves down inside to Lamont Murray. Ripped away by Jalen Rose. Pulled down by Brian Grant, but he's fouled by Khalid Reeves. This year, Grant Hill is a rookie in the All-Star game. Last year, it was Shaquille O'Neal, and the Shaq man's with Craig right now.
Well, we have Shaquille O'Neal. I have him sitting down here, getting a little something to eat here, watching the rookies play. What are your thoughts now on All-Star Weekend? I know the first time you came here, kind of a little bit overshadowed, but now you're the star.
It's fun. I'm just one of the many stars. I'm just glad to be here with guys like Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Penny Hardaway, and we're just going to go out, have a good time. Great pass by Jason Kidd right there. I can be a commentator, but I can take a job, man.
You wouldn't want to take the pay cut. Well, you got so many other careers, maybe you could juggle it in. Your movie coming up, your rap albums on the way to platinum gold. How do you have time for all these things?
Well, you just have to work on basketball first. Basketball got me all these opportunities, so I just practice about 2 or 3 hours a day. Then after that, then I can, take care of all my other things.
You come here representing the best record in the East. You have your coach here, you have your teammates. Can this team win it all? Can the Orlando Magic win the title this year?
We're going to try to, and we're just going to, go out and just try to have a good second season. And we're just going to try to, take it to the championship level.
What about tomorrow's game? Are you going full blast?
Maybe. I'm just going to go out and have a good time. I'm glad to have Penny on the court with me, and I'm just going to, try to win.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Drink Pepsi. Be young. Have fun.
Shaquille O'Neal knows where the bread is buttered. The soft drink is poured, I guess you might say. 63-51, the white team leading here. Another lob attempt missed. Jalen Rose threw it wild. Number 21 with the ball is Anthony Tucker just into the game. Wesley Person with the rebound. Danielle Marshall has 8 points from Wesley Person. Eddie Jones drains this one. That's a 3. Cotton Fitzsimmons was complaining a couple of weeks ago. I was out here to Phoenix to do a game how he only had 1 point guard on his team, Khalid Reeves. He says, I just don't know how we can win with that kind of distribution of the young rookie talent. I says, that goes on record as the earliest complaint by a coach.
West! No! Down low, Clint. Get it in. Yeah, you take it, Clint.
Glen Robinson motioned up against Anthony Tucker. Stripped away, saved by Reeves. Jalen Rose with a pass that time. Now that should have been him. A lot of turnovers in this game. They are looking like rookies.
Yeah, but the big thing is it's an easy game. Just make the simple pass. Everyone will get more shots. Forget about the spectacular. Let's just play together as a group and get high percentage shots. That way, everyone benefits.
33 turnovers in the game, 18 from the green team. Out to Danielle Marshall. Picked off by Tucker. Jalen Rose. And Juwan Howard to Smith. 11-point White lead, 6:32 remaining in the second annual Schick rookie game. Glen Robinson. Wesley Person. Let's go to Greg Sager.
Well, with me, Patrick Ewing. We got the rookie All-Star game going here. You're a perennial All-Star. Now the 9th time you've represented the Knicks here in the All-Star game. How's it changed?
How's it changed? The only change is that I'm one of the older guys on the team now. I remember playing with Michael and Larry and Magic, and all those guys are gone. Now Joe and I and Scotty, we're the elder statesmen.
You're here not only on your talent, but also your work ethic. Work so hard in the offseason. A couple of proteges sitting behind us, Dikembe Mutombo and also Alonzo Mourning. How's it feel now with the work you've done with them, their fellow All-Stars with you?
Oh, it feels great. I think, they've done a tremendous job to work with all the work and getting themselves here. And, they're turning out to be great players.
What type of game do we expect? The line's been moved in a lot of times, these All-Star games, 135 to 133. But you like to play defense.
Oh, definitely. Maybe not in the All-Star game, but to win championships, you have to play defense. But, it's all about having fun. You have a lot of great players here, and we're just going to, get out there and have fun. But the one thing is that the East is definitely going to win. The West took the game from us last year. Now we have to bring it back to the East.
Congratulations, especially to the Georgetown Cadets.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Bob.
I deserve it.
Patrick Ewing, class act. #1 draft choice, 1985 of the New York Knicks. It seems like only yesterday.
Well, Eddie Jones has come out of his funk now after missing 4. Has just come in and knocked down 2 more threes.
Eddie Jones has 15 points.
Well, Bob, let's see if the level of play comes up now. It's 5:36 to go. It's an 8-point lead for the white team. Let's see if the green can make an effort here and sustain themselves, get some stops defensively, and then, as Hubie talked about, make the simple play when they get the ball and make sure they get a high percentage shot every time down the floor, because if they continue to turn it over, the white is just going to extend their lead.
Looking at Al Adams, the coach of the green team. They're on the short end of the 69-59 score. Howard gets it off to Jones, who now has 17 points. Glen Robinson leads all scorers with 19. Eddie Jones has 4 assists and 6 steals, too. Tucker with the rebound. Eddie Jones. Not bashful. He's fouled. And was that a 3? If it is, you'll get 3 free throws.
Foul is number 3.
When he makes these 3 free throws, we got a 5-point game with 5 minutes to go, so it'll be there for either team to win or lose.
He's got it. Marshall's got it.
He's going to get 3. Eddie Jones, the 10th pick in the draft this year by the Lakers, out of Temple, where he was the 1994 Atlantic 10 Player of the Year. He'll have another free throw when we return. Right now, timeout on the floor from America West Arena.
Okay? Come on now.
All-Star Saturday night, the Schick rookie game from America West Arena. White team leading 69-62. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the game. And at the free throw line, Eddie Jones. There you see some of the high-powered sports executives in America. On the left, NBA Commissioner David Stern. On the right, the new president of Turner Sports, Harvey Schiller. Eddie Jones has hit 2 of his 3 free throw attempts. He was fouled in the act of attempting a triple.
Well, he now has 19 points and 6 steals. At the other end, Robinson has 19 points and 4 rebounds.
It's a 5-point game.
Let's see who they go to out of this timeout. I would have to think they might try to get the ball to Glen Robinson on the block against Michael Smith, or pump him out and let him play one-on-one.
Glen Robinson has it blocked. Anthony Tucker got it. Jalen Rose to Eddie Jones. Michael Smith stays with it. Juwan Howard wasn't ready.
He almost put a hole in his chest with that pass.
That was not a touch pass.
No. Jalen Rose fouled by Wesley Person.
That should be 2 shots, clear path to the basket.
That's right, they called it.
There's Wesley Person, his older brother Chuck, of course, playing for the Spurs. Wesley, the rookie out of Auburn. So you've got Barkley and the 2 Persons out of Auburn University in the NBA. Charles Barkley, by the way, will be joining us a little while later for our coverage of All-Star Saturday night.
Wesley Person moved to the small forward position in the game right before the All-Star break, subbing for Danny Manning. Came in with over 20 points and an excellent all-around performance.
There's Danny, or call me D. Terrible accident at practice to tear up his right knee. It was his left previously. It was his right, now it's his left. And he will miss the rest of this season. It's the anterior cruciate ligament, which of course is that very, very serious NBA or any athletic injury.
And the 2 previous games, he came in over 30 in both contests.
Well, Paul Westphal said he was his best player the first half of the season, counting everybody else on the team. Daniel Marshall is fouled. 4:13 remaining. 69-66. White leading green.
You know, you look at Daniel Marshall high in the draft, the upper part of the lottery, and you're talking about a guy who came out of UConn, with an awful lot of accolades. Many teams wanted him. But, like Doug told you earlier, he's only playing 26 minutes a game, has only started 8 games. But he's struggling from the field, only shooting 37%. 29% in threes and only 70 on the line.
Well, you know, he had a terrific preseason. You know, in fact, his preseason was as good as any of the young rookies coming into the league. And then, for whatever reason, I don't know if he got injured or he got nicked a little bit, but he has just not played with that same kind of energy or zest that he played with earlier in the year.
That's a three from Jalen Rose. Had a two-man game there with his former Wolverine teammate Juwan Howard. And Jalen Rose now with 12 points.
Well, you like to see that when the guy goes into the post, you get double teamed, get rid of it quick, get right back, and then repost.
Trevor Ruffin, good spin move, couldn't finish. 3:40 to go in the game. It's a one-point game. And a chance here for the Green to take the lead.
Trevor Ruffin's a guy that Paul Westphal brings in for instant offense, and tonight he has not been able to get it going.
Jalen Rose, a long three off the front edge, run down by Juwan Howard. The lob to Eddie Jones, who finger rolls it in, and Al Adel's bunch has come back here, and they've taken the lead, 71-70, and Juwan Howard has 7 assists.
I don't think that's in his resume.
I don't think so. Robinson knocked down, or Daniel Marshall was, as Robinson missed. Here's Juwan Howard, drops it off for Michael Smith. He was out of bounds. White ball.
Well, one thing you do when you get off the playing surface, you can't stand and watch. You've got to make sure you get yourself back on the floor. And that time, Michael Smith got caught standing off the floor, and the ball came right to him.
Trevor Ruffin penetrating again. It's knocked out of there.
Right now, the white team in the last 3 minutes, everything is one-on-one. And the green team collapsing, trying to play defense and fight their way back and doing an excellent job. The big factor being the white team then is forcing shots.
Get the matchup and then get ready to go back as we come down the stretch.
And as the green team has made their comeback, they've done it with Jason Kidd, Sharon Wright, and Brian Grant, 3 starters sitting on the bench. So it's a little bit like what happened to our game last year, where when I was coaching, we came off the bench with Sam Cassell and Antonio Davis, and those guys really brought me back last year.
It's tied at 71, 2:49 remaining as you look at Al Adels, coach of the green team. The white team has led by as many as 16 points. At one time, white was in front 59-43. We have 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the second Schick rookie game. Coming up right after this, the AT&T long distance shootout, followed by the slam dunk competition. Jalen Rose missing. Marshall rebounding. 3-on-1.
Bad move. You know what happened? He saw the defender, but he had the ball out in one hand. And you always tell guys, do not pass the ball with one hand because you cannot pull it back. You do not have hands like Connie Hawkins, who's over there helping Cotton coach his team, or Dr. J, where the ball looks like a baseball.
Right? That's a great call, Hubie. You see so many guys. Jalen Rose likes to do it. He likes to pass with one hand off the dribble. The only guy I've seen do that in the league consistently and not turn it over very much is John Stockton.
Eddie Jones open for the 3. Daniel Marshall gets the board. Khalid Reeves finds it all the way up. Reversible ball. And the white has built a 3-point lead after it was tied at 71. 2 minutes remaining. Michael Smith fouled hard on the penetration.
Well, Reeves had a very solid first half. He had 6 points, 6 assists. Now, 10 points, 9 assists in the game. And you knew that Cotton had to put him back in because the team was playing too much one-on-one stuff with no penetration into the lane.
And he's just made the simple plays. You've in the first half, he had 6 assists, only 1 turnover. You've not seen the spectacular tries by him. He's just doing the things that come simple in the game, and that's why his team right now has the lead. If the green team was not able to come back and win this game, they're going to point to the turnovers. That's going to be the one thing that's really done them in.
The big dog comes back in as you look at Khalid Reeves' numbers there. Glen Robinson has 19 in the game. The leading scorer, however, in the game is Eddie Jones, who has 22.
Al Adams got a pretty fair point guard sitting beside him, Tiny Archibald. He might want to put him in for the last couple minutes.
Yeah, right.
See, all that nice interior passing for posting up for Montrose, and those people went out the window.
Yes.
That lasted about a minute.
It's like, you got yours early. It's our turn now.
Wesley Person with a little stutter step there. He gets the lay-in. It's a 4-point white team lead with 1:30 to go. Wesley has 13 points.
very quietly.
Hold on Eric Montross as Sharon Wright tries to drive. Jason Kidd's going to get back in the game. He'll come in for Michael Smith on the green team.
Number 5, Jason Kidd returns to the green lineup.
Minute 29 remaining.
One of you got Rose. Okay, here we go.
So they've slid Jalen Rose now down to the small forward position. Jason Kidd, Eddie Jones at the guard. A little bit more mobile team that they have on the floor right now. A little bit better perimeter shooting team.
Kick ball. Recess 24, minute 25 to go in this half. Coming up, the AT&T long distance shootout, followed by the slam dunk competition at All Stars Saturday night. Jason Kidd pulls up and shoots the long range jumper that doesn't go, rebounded by Lamont Murray. That's a two. He stepped on the line. 78-72. White by 6. Minute to go. Green looking for offense. Juwan Howard finds sums down on the block. It's a 4-point game with 54 seconds left. And we'll see a moment or two of defense.
Oh, what I liked there was he made the catch, looked for the double team, and then made his up and under move.
Wesley Person running some clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Comes out of there, but the rebound goes to Lamont Murray.
See, now Lamont Murray should have pulled that ball back out. He shouldn't take that shot either. Now you give the team a possession, you got the shot clock off. That's where you got to know time, score, and possession in the game.
Jones for three.
That's what happens. Now you give a team a 3, now it's a 1-point ball game. Now you foul, and you have to make 2 free throws, and a 3 ties it, or a 2 might beat you if you don't make your free throws. You got to foul.
Jason Kidd nearly stole it, but he fouled Khalid Reeves, who will go to the free throw line. Reeves is a 69% free throw shooter on the season so far.
Yeah, I want to bring out a point here right now. Everyone says, can Muggsy Bogues really, do it in this league? I want to give you a great stat. Everyone keeps talking about Jason Kidd being the point guard of the future. In this league, he is averaging 7.5 assists, but he's averaging over 3 turnovers. So it's less than 2.5 assists per turnover. Muggsy Bogues for 6 straight years has averaged over 5 assists for every turnover, and this year he's over 6 assists for a turnover. Never mind the defense and the creativity. So when guys think that point guards can come into this league and turn the ball over and come in with a limited amount of assists, they have no idea that they're really hurting their club.
Tonight, Jason Kidd 5 assists and 7 turnovers. Let's listen in on Al Addles.
Whose stuff is this? Okay, here we go. Let's go. Come on, we're gonna get this one. Now, hey, wait now. If we foul them and they score, timeout right away. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Khalid's got it out right here. Khalid's got it out. All right. We're going to screen. Wesley, you're here. Set a good screen on Wesley. You can go either way. Then, Doug, you and Murray. Screen for each other. Dog, you come back to the basketball. Act like you're going to screen, come back to the ball, and get it in. They're going to foul you. We don't have to take a shot. Make sure we catch. We don't have to take a shot. Look, hey, and if we hit the 2 free throws, we don't give them a 3. All right? Yeah, no.
Cotton, go on out there. You can go on out.
Hey. Fake like you're screaming, go back to the ball. Lamont. Fake like you're going, go away.
Coaching. Cotton Fitzsimmons. All right,
You have to remember, he only had an hour with them yesterday, okay? there was Wesley. That's nice.
There's the foul.
Smart. Pass the basketball and try not to stop the clock.
10 seconds remaining, so the free throws will make the difference here. Although even the 2 free throws will still give the Green an opportunity at a 3.
And like Cotton said, stop. You make the 2, no 3s.
Khalid Reeves shooting under 70% at about 69% on the year. So if he makes both of these, it's a 3-point lead. You're going to need a 3. If he misses one, a 2-pointer, now will tie the game. If he misses this one, a 2-pointer wins. So that one possession that I talked about with Lamont Murray is a big possession, UB, because they get 3 on the other end and you don't use any time.
Timeout, 2-point game. So let's join the Green team down by 2. Let's see what Al Addles has in mind. as he calls his team over there. Al Attles coached the Golden State Warriors to a world championship back in 1975. Has been in the NBA for 35 years.
We're going to change the play. We're going to run one guard front. Jason has the ball. Jason has the ball. I want Eddie and I want Jalen down here. I want the two big men here. I want to go across, screen, bring this man down, bring this man down. We're going to have Jalen coming out one side. We're going to have Eddie coming out the other side. And we're going to open up the floor for Jason. All right, so you got three options. You got screen to the three-point line, to the three-point line, down screen, Jason in the middle of the floor. Let's go and do it.
Watch the reverses. Look, like for instance, if they set it up for a three for Eddie Jones, switch out. Switch out. You're talking all the time. On this side, out of bounds, they backpick a guy, get through. He should be able to stay with Jason Kidd. They're going to try to get the ball to Jason. He's going to try to penetrate past somebody. Let's make one play here and win. All right, let's go. One play and win.
79-77, Cotton Fitzsimmons' white team in front by 2. There's Jason Kidd, who'll be handling the ball. You heard Al Attles, who won that championship at Golden State. I thought I heard him say we're going to post up Clifford Ray and try to get a two-man game with Rick Barry going there, didn't you?
Yeah, what he wants to do is once he gets it into Jason Kidd, he wants the baseline movement. But Cotton countered that in his huddle and said anybody that comes off a baseline screen, switch out and do not give a guy a three.
See the importance now. If Jason Kidd gets to the basket and gets fouled, this is where free throw shooting becomes very important. If you get fouled, you got to make both your free throws right now, and he's going to look to try to penetrate past Khalid Reeves.
Now there it was on the baseline, and they switched out.
Finger roll goes, and it's tied.
All right.
Oh, and a steal. Almost stolen. It'll belong to the white team with 2.1. Eddie Jones, who's had a plethora of steals already, almost had another there. He's got 6 steals up till now. The half-court shot doesn't fall. No $1 million for Khalid Reeves. And we're going to have overtime. Now, the overtime is exciting. First team to score 3 points will win. We'll be right back.
Now, here's what has to happen.
All right, we're at overtime in the second annual Schick Rookie Game. Now, listen carefully. These are very complicated overtime rules. To help you understand them, we printed them on the screen. First team to 3 wins.
Well, we listened to Al Attles in the huddle, and he wants to run the exact same play they ran to get Jason Kidd the layup for 2 points. But instead, what he wants to do is he wants to penetrate and look out and go for the 3 to win it in the first shot. So what they have to do is they have to get the jump ball. This jump ball is a very important possession.
Now, the green team only had 1 turnover in the last 7 minutes when they caught up. Previous to that, 19.
And the white team comes away with it with Big Dog Robinson.
Well, you're going to see him cover the three-pointer. Wesley Person and Glen Robinson, they will not get a look at a 3.
I like this overtime settlement. First to 3 wins, 10 on the shot clock.
You're the same guy who likes that 2-point conversion that you got to make a decision in football too, right?
Coach killer.
That's right. No,
Glen Robinson inside. But that's 2. Remember, the first team to 3 wins, so the green could hit a triple here and still win this.
That was a great muscle move by Glen, really.
Jason Kidd took the 3 and missed it, and now any kind of basket will win it for the white.
Look at Jason Kidd guarding Glen Robinson now.
Oh, nice pass.
And that does it. Lamont Murray from Big Dog Robinson and Cotton Fitzsimmons group that had led by 16 points. Were tied and went into overtime, but come back and score 5 quick points to win 83-79.
Great game. Good job, Jay. I knew you'd make the one at the end. I knew it. Good job. You played well.
You heard Cotton say, I knew it all the way.
Good job. Alvin A. Good job. Good job. That was fun, wasn't it? That was fun.
Cotton Fitzsimmons and Al Attles. Cotton's group gets the win, 83-79. We'll be back in just a moment for the Schick MVP of this game. Welcome back to America West Arena in overtime. Cotton Fitzsimmons group gets the Al Attles green team 83-79, and by a vote of the media here covering this game, the MVP of the second Schick rookie game is Eddie Jones. Morgan Morton, the president of Schick Shaving Products Group, presents the trophy. And Eddie Jones, who had 25 points, 6 steals, 4 assists, was 4 for 8 for field goals. And now let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, Bob, hard to believe, 25 points, 6 steals in that short a period of time. No doubt about it, the MVP, Eddie Jones. Great job.
Well, you know, I just wanted to come out here and, you know, just go out and perform, you know, best of my ability, and that's what I did.
We talked to you at the draft. Rookies, obviously, a lot of times don't get an opportunity. You went to the Lakers. They were rebuilding. You suddenly have them with a record of 29-16, heading to the playoffs. You're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I would think so. I think Jared West is a great observer of talent, and he knew I could come in and give a helping hand to the Lakers.
What about the team now with the injury to Cedric Sabalas?
Yeah, that puts me in a bad situation right now. I'm playing the 3 position right now, and I don't really like banging with those big bodies too often.
What about the Lakers this season? Do you have a shot in the playoffs, do you think?
I think we do. I think, you know, if everybody just take it up another level, I mean, every individual take it up another level, you know, we can continue our success.
What about changing coaches? You go from Temple to Del Harris. That was a change, wasn't it?
It's like a silent man and a madman.
But they both are very good coaches, and they both were glad to have you.
Hey, I hope so.
Congratulations, Bob.
Eddie Jones from Temple, now property of the Lakers, the MVP of the second Schick rookie